Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing Total War Medieval 2 as the Byzantine Empire, where it's definitely not a disaster campaign, because he owns like half the map. But the Mongol invasion has occurred, and he's set up reasonably well, but he said that they basically just roll right over him. All of his preparations were essentially for nothing. So what we're going to do here is look over what he's done. I'll say what he's done right and what he's done wrong, and try to deal with this, with the situation that he's given us here. So, the things that he's done right is the forts. He hasn't done them as extensively as what I would like it, but the more forts that you build all over the place around the Mongols, the better. Because you want to prevent them from advancing as quickly as possible, and just due to the zones of control and the way that the AI deals with forts, is that they usually don't besiege and assault them straight away. So the more forts that you build around them, it takes them longer to get out of this area. The longer it takes them to get out of that area, the more time that you have to keep fighting them. Because even if you end up losing battles against them, as long as you're dishing out casualties to them, they can't replace those casualties until they capture a settlement. Short of getting mercenaries, but mercenaries replenish really slowly out here anyway. So there's always a chance that they can capture Baghdad straight away, but luckily you've gotten to a point where they've pushed beyond Baghdad before. They haven't declared war on you yet. They've gone beyond Baghdad and they're not in a position to capture it. So we need to keep them contained firstly, and then eliminate each army as cost effectively as we can. You've also got these armies out here, but they're also restricted, which is good. So we're dealing with about 8 full stacks. There's 9 forces in total, but this one here is not a full stack, and this one here is just a portion of an army. So 8 full stacks of Mongols. And what we've got here is 5 full stacks immediately here in this area. And what he's done, this is where he's truly made the mistake, is his army composition. If you've had this much time to prepare, looks like you've been preparing for a while, my recommendation is by getting loads of spearmen and quality archers. So if we go into the settlement here and look at the building browser, these are the units that I would recommend playing as the Byzantine Empire. Byzantine spearmen, yeah, they're not super high tier, but you'll be able to pump them out really quickly. These ones here are just melee infantry. You can use them as well, but spears would be better. You know, the cheaper the spear, honestly, the better. As long as you keep their morale in line with a decent general, then it should be fine. And they can use skill trim. And then the other, more important unit is the archers. So either Byzantine Guard archers or Trebizond archers will do. Because what you want to do is use a combination of your forts and your army. See, this is what I would do normally. I would have my army stand behind the forts. I would declare war on them if they don't declare war on me. I would get them to make an attack on a fort. Make sure none of my armies are reinforcing. So they besiege the fort, and then on the next turn, I sally out and deliberately lose. They go into the fort. Then I use my army. I usually put 2 units of some kind of artillery, not ballistas, like catapults or trebuchets are good. If you're at the point where you can get cannons, also good, but honestly trebuchets are probably the best, just due to their ability to lob shots into the fort. So when a Mongol army is stuck inside of a fort, their archers can't shoot very well because they're clumped up together. And you're bombing that whole area using your nice widespread archers to shoot into them over a very small wall, and their cavalry scramble over themselves to try to get out of the gate, at which point your spearmen just keep them locked in. Now they can sometimes go around the back, but they'll come out very slowly, and basically you use all of their advantages against them and tear them apart. With one army, with one cheap army, you can take out a full stack of Mongols quite cheaply that way. And what this guy has done is he spammed horse archers. He's basically trying to fight fire with fire, going, Mongol coming, I'm going to recruit best unit I can. No, that's not the right way to go about it. I mean, you can do it, but it's not the best way. Because their horse archers and their units in general are just going to be better than your units. So basically you need 2 full stacks of horse archers for every 1 full stack of their army. That's not optimal at all. So if I was doing it my way and had an army of archers and spears, I would only need 4 full stacks to deal with all of these guys cleanly. So that's not what we've got here, and there's no time to replace these units. We just have to deal with what we've got. Because if we go and disband his units and go and recruit all the right units, for one thing, he doesn't have the siege equipment available to be built here, can't get catapults. But these guys here will continue marching this way and capture a whole bunch of settlements or sack them. Either way, it's not good. We've got to stop them here and now with what we've got. So I'll show you how to do that. Now, another thing is that each of these armies here is commanded by a separate general, which there's advantages and disadvantages to that. If you have them come in as AI reinforcements, which is what we're going to do here, there's a good chance that they will get killed, because the AI coming in as AI reinforcements, so your forces coming in as AI reinforcements, they're not very smart. They don't preserve their generals, and so you end up with a lot of dead generals. So what you want to do in this situation here is actually have them commanded by captains. Now that will mean that some of your units will get captured because you're going to have low morale, but if your units get captured, who cares? You just get them back at the end of the battle anyway. So it'll overinflate our casualties throughout the battle, we say like 30-40%, but then we come out of it with only like 20-30% casualties, depending on how it actually goes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put all of our general units here.
As you wish. Your orders, number one. Your name thy enemy, Lord. Who do I face? Your will. Orders? Your will.
Because this is the army that we're going to command. And then all the melee cavalry. Let's have a look here.
Yes.
See what we got.
Orders. Yes.
I'll take those Khwarezmian cavalry.
Onward. Orders.
And the Byzantine lancers, I'll take...
Your Majesty.
I'll take all of those.
Orders. Your Majesty. March.
And then chuck in...
Orders. Yes.
8 units. Was it 8? Yeah, 8 units.
Orders.
Hang on, let me just check to make sure there's no melee cav in the other armies.
Majesty. Orders. Yes.
May have missed one,
Majesty. Yes.
but I think I got them all. Okay, so you take 8 units, put them in there, give us a full stack. Okay, now as for these armies here, start surrounding this general.
Move out. Yes. Orders. March. Yes. Onward.
You need 7 units, okay.
Your Majesty. Yes. March. Orders. Onward. Your Majesty. Orders.
Okay.
Move out.
And then we make the attack.
Number one. God will be with us,
Now,
men.
with our 5 armies versus their 2, the balance of power is in our favor. But we have to keep in mind that this is not the conclusion of the war. If we win here and take out their 2 armies, we have only wiped out 1/4 of their total armies in this area. So we need to do a good job here. We want to put them all under AI control, but we have no risk of our generals being stupid and dying here. Missed one there. Okay. We definitely don't want to auto-resolve it. There's a possibility we can win an auto-resolve, but due to the way that Medieval 2 works, there's actually a good chance that if we hit auto-resolve, we will actually lose. So pretty much always want to fight it manually. Looking at their army if I look at the army compositions, this will it gets a bit weird with this being unticked or not. So it's 1 general per army. I've already looked. Pretty balanced forces: infantry, heavy cavalry, heavy horse archers. Let's jump in here and see what we can do. Hydrate generals.
We attack.
Good, I like that weather. Okay, now what we want to do here is just stand back and wait for our reinforcements. If we just go charging in there, we're going to get obliterated. Don't get me wrong, we're going to charge in. It's just, we should fight together. Holy crap, look at this shit. This actually kind of reminds me of the peasant campaign. I know you guys never saw that footage of me fighting the Mongols, but yeah, I would, in order for me to win against a Mongol army, a single Mongol army with a peasant army, I would have to surround them with 8 or 9 armies. 8 is the most I could have, of peasants. My computer at the time, it'd be like 1 frame a second. It's shit footage, you didn't miss out on anything. Okay, these guys, now we can come in there, because they're getting harassed immediately up their flanks. You know, the enemy reinforcements, they're coming in from a similar location to us. And yeah, AI is very dumb. Whatever. Just do the best we can. If you try to bring these units in, if we didn't put them under AI control, we would actually end up losing the battle. So make the best of a bad situation. Like I said, he shouldn't have done this. What are we going to do about it? Disbanding them and getting them killed is the exact same thing, but at least if we fight, we can kill some of their units. You gotta love it when just 1 cavalryman comes out this way. Just disrupts your whole unit. Good, the bodyguard's coming out this way. That's good. That's what we want to see. If we can snipe him, bring him over the hill, and send all of our melee cav at him, we should be able to beat him. Let's just lure him over here. Can you guys come up? I'm really not too worried about any of our generals getting killed in a straight-up duel against this bodyguard. Should be fine. Because, yeah, killing him is going to make it a lot easier to get rid of the rest of his army, because they'll actually start breaking. Okay, charge in there. Alright, you guys cease fire and start rotating around this way. And we'll go in... Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'll try to flank this. You can come around over here.
The enemy general lies dead. Good. The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Good, we're actually breaking their units. Mongol units are particularly difficult to break because of their high morale. Especially the ones that they first start off with. Because they start off experienced. If we have a look here, they should have, like, yeah, 6 experience. Okay, now that we have killed the general of the first army, we should just be able to just charge straight in like a bloody madman into the first army to get rid of them. So, looking at the kills so far, 14 to 33%, but we should pretty quickly get a big advantage over the first army in terms of casualties. I know I have these guys not on firing well. Don't need to shoot at anything right this very second. Good. That's it. Just use overwhelming numbers now to break them.
The enemy force remains.
Nothing wrong with using your horse archers to run them down either. Jeez. He's swarming them. Bouncer power's looking good, 20 to 47%. Good, that's a better kill ratio than what we had just a moment ago. Another thing is that, as well, is that when you win the battle, you get a small amount of your casualties instantly replenished. Okay, keep track of which units are which. It's an absolute sea of people everywhere. Is that... Okay, that's the other general there. We need to go kill that one, and then the rest of their force will be easy to get rid of. So these guys, go for that one. Can see that we're taking a lot of casualties due to units being captured. I accounted for this. So that's half of the casualties that we've taken, maybe 12% of it, could be just be captives. And if that's the case, we will get them back as soon as we win. So don't be afraid to put your armies under AI control. As long as you don't put a general under their command, it should be fine. Where'd he go? There he is. Go for him. Big swarm, try to assassinate the secondary general. Good, we've already killed 69-70% of the total amount of enemies. So the first army is essentially destroyed completely. And the second army, about half strength.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Start wrapping around them. Let's start firing at will again now. Absolute swarm of them. Don't let any of them get away. We want to wipe out these armies utterly. Yep, press hold test.
The enemy general lies dead.
Good.
Good
GG.
riddance to that desert dog. Pray his death will break his immense return.
Okay, hit him in the rear where we can. Even the horse archers. Just prevent them from getting away. stupidly messy battle. It's basically impossible to make this like a clean victory, especially against the Mongols. Stupidly messy.
The enemy flees the battle! Run down those worthless peasants!
Okay, so 93% of them have been defeated, killed or captured. We've captured 500. But that doesn't mean that we've killed 85% of both armies, so let's really try to make sure that we get that, because we don't want a single casualty, a single one of them to get away. Does mean that we take a little bit of extra casualties just due to friendly fire, but in my opinion it's worth it.
The enemy flees the battle! Run down! This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Alright, so when we look at this, we lost 30% of our men. They killed... it looks like 2,000 men, but really 400 of them will come back. So we've really only lost maybe 24%, 23%, something like that. I'm just doing maths, just a guess. But they lost 2 full stacks, and we've essentially lost 1 full stack. No.
The day is ours.
Right,
the
that's
enemy
good.
are beaten.
Okay.
Yes?
Now, let's do a bit of merging there. Now, at the very least, we need to get this army to go across the river.
I will take your lands and women.
Because from this side of the river, it threatens Baghdad a little bit. Now, another thing to consider, we need to have a look at the Emperor. He's only got 3 authority. Now, what that means is that there's a decent chance of units defecting if they're not attached to someone loyal at the end of the turn. But what you can do to mitigate that is put them in a fort. Now, if I bring 3 armies over here to fight this one, they will probably run away.
Struggle if you like.
But what if I don't reinforce these armies? Like, don't give them more units. So it'd be more like 2.5 full stacks. Alright, well, let's just bring this one down. Have a bit of a look.
Yes, Lord.
Okay.
This is where we shall meet the enemy.
Bring this one down. Have a bit of a look.
March!
Alright, it's even.
As my lord
We don't want it to be even.
We march to battle.
Alright, maybe just don't bring the horse archers, just bring the melee cav. And just hope he stands and fights. Good. Good.
Yes,
Bounce power just slightly in our favor, so we know we're pretty much going to win. But what we're doing here is this is not about winning battles. This is about executing the Mongols, just getting rid of them. Pretty much at any cost of manpower. Not at any cost of manpower, but at reasonable cost of manpower. Alright, let's jump in here and see what we can do.
Men, bring our people honor, glory, and most of all...
Now, taking this army out here essentially leaves the Mongols with 5 armies remaining.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
I was hoping for a bright day, but nope. Alright, definitely stand back, wait for reinforcements to arrive. Oh, they're going to corner camp. Okay. Alright. Not so much. Okay. They're going reasonably wide. What we could do here is try to hit this flank. Just wait for the reinforcements to show up first. Thin them out a little bit. But yeah, like I said, the main purpose of putting all of our generals here was to make sure that none of them got killed. I don't think we lost any of the captains in the previous battle, but still. Maybe we just got lucky with that. Maybe it's also because they were all horse archers, they didn't actually try to throw them into melee. Okay, here we go. Coming this way, and let's get rid of these horse archers here on the flank first. That looks good for us. And just basically try to steamroll them. Give them no room to move.
From such tidings does victory emerge.
good. Actually, them using fire arrows, that's good for us because it's actually not as good as regular arrows. Just thought we'd tap onto them while we're doing this. Make sure these guys here have nowhere to go. We don't need to charge into them, we just need to connect into them. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's it, cut them off. What are you doing over there? Over here, dudes. I didn't mean for them to fight there, but that's actually not so bad. There's... Okay, this is heavy lances, don't worry about that. Bring them over. Good. They've got nowhere to go now. So we've got their horse archers fighting our melee cav, which is an advantageous arrangement for us.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
It's actually kind of good that we've caught these guys before we've killed the enemy general, because we don't want these guys leaving the battlefield. Fought to the death as well. These slippery bastards. Well, they managed to get through, but... No, we're still killing the odd horse archer here. We need to turn around soon and go straight into the back of them, because we can see over here that the main fight is sort of beginning. Need to do that soon. Decent kill ratio here so far. Don't worry about that one. Would have been better if we got him, but it's good enough. Right, make sure we finish it off utterly. Alright, there's the bodyguard. That's the one we need to go for. He's starting to come at us. Good, let's go. Good, while all of their archers are busy dealing with our horse archers, we come over here, get into a fight with this one. Send him in first. No, he wants to have a fight right now. Let's do it. General should be on this flank here. That's him there. And he's right in the thick of it, so he should die pretty quickly.
The battle is in our favor.
We lost the captain this time, but it doesn't matter in the slightest.
Wholehearted, victory will be ours.
How are we going up this way? Oh, they should not be fighting their cavalry and melee like this. But...
Only half the enemy force remains.
Come on, hurry up and kill that general. Need to send some of our cav up this way. Pin down their archers.
Our men have slain the Saracen general. Now we must send his men running back to the desert.
Alright, forget about the rest of the bodyguard. Charge into this, and then that's GG. Here we go. Good, almost at 85%. Seems like we're pretty light on this flank over here. So once we hit 85%, this army is wiped out, which means mission accomplished. In terms of our casualties, we've taken 22%, so It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. Of course, our AI allies perform like idiots. They're blobbing up their horse archers like that. What can you do? I can't control them. Can't tell them what to do. Now, if you're wondering why we don't have these control tabs, I suppose, it's because we're not playing Kingdoms. You can get a mod, like Retrofit, that'll give it to you, but in pure vanilla Medieval 2 Grand Campaign, it's not available. Alright, we should have wiped out this army now. Also, when it comes to the Mongols, never ransom them. Never ransom them. Always execute them, because they don't actually pay any upkeep for any of their main core units. And so they're oftentimes ridiculously rich. So just kill them.
The enemy flees the battle! Run down those worthless peasants!
I suppose we don't need to catch them. Alright.
All
terms
of
of what we
Christendom will be
lost.
awed by the victory we have won here today.
Well, we took about 2,000 casualties in the previous battle, and that was against 2 armies, so we kind of took half the relative casualties, although we... Yeah. Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. Overall, a good trade-off. You know, they took out about half of one army. And as I said before, their units are better than ours. We're only beating them because we outnumber them. Alright, now we need to get through this turn. Because I don't have enough movement to go after them.
You will have
Now,
no
this guy
Your
here,
orders,
we
number
need
one.
to... I think there is a river crossing... Hang on, let me just check.
Yes.
Oh no, there's no river crossing through here. Okay. Which means these armies here, they can only come up through here, which is what we want them to do, or they can come through this way, which is what we don't want them to. So what we need to do here
Your
is...
orders, number one. Your orders, number one. Yes, we shall continue at first light.
Move out. Verging army.
We need to set up a series of walls out this way. Just in case they come up through here. We don't have any money to like recruit stuff. Byzantine spears and Trebizond archers will be fine. But yeah, we don't have any cash. This unit
Yes.
here can just
Your Majesty.
stay in Mosul for now.
Onward. Yes.
Name thy enemy, Lord.
Okay. Which one's the least loyal? This dude here, he's not very loyal. Stick him there.
March.
And
Bringing our troops together. Yes?
why can't I build a fort there? Because I don't have enough money. Okay, let's find some money. Yeah, you don't need that right now.
Your will.
Okay, that
Preparing
will
defensive
completely
fortifications,
prevent
my
him from defecting.
Your Majesty.
And let's merge these forces.
Orders.
How many units can we put in there? 13.
Yes. Orders. Yes. Your Majesty. Move out.
Okay.
Let me strike.
Yes.
Command me. Yes? Your orders, your
Okay,
will.
which is the next most loyal? This guy here, not particularly
Name
loyal.
thy enemy, Lord.
Bring him to this position here, because you can't put a fort
Your Majesty.
within one tile of another
Mighty
fort.
forces, my lord.
Holding.
Orders. Your March. Orders.
Okay, that
Move
prevents them
out.
from being defected.
Who do I face?
You also can't build a fort on top of a watchtower. But this guy here is very loyal. He's also kind of old. So we don't have to worry about him. He can have as many units as he wants.
Name thy enemy, Lord.
I can put this army in here. I can make it.
Yes.
You can go in there. I don't think that they'll besiege that. You can
Orders.
go in there, and you can just stand here. Okay, cool.
Approaching, my lord.
Cool, cool, cool.
Camping here, my lord.
No one should defect over this turn. Alright, you got some forces over here.
Your orders, number one. Your orders, number one.
Orders. Yes. Your Majesty. Orders.
Yeah, he's really gone heavy on the spamming
Yes.
the horse archers.
My lord.
Got to make do with what we've got.
Bring
I'll
in
definitely
our
start
troops
recruiting
together.
more spears. Actually, we've got money now to do that. How are we going in terms of finance per turn? 27,000. Okay. Okay. It means we lost a lot of troops, but, you know, got an upside is have more money. So, we should probably recruit at Mosul, because there's some Mongols close by. Like I said, Byzantine spears and Trebizond archers. Go a bit heavier on the spears first. These horse archers here. Oh, these guys here, in order for them to cross... Oh, no. They can cross through there. That's probably more difficult than crossing through here. We need to put a fort... No, you put a watchtower there. It's going to prevent it. Depends on what they get up to this turn. Can we get rid of this rebel here?
Yes, Lord. Closing for battle.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll take that.
The day is ours. The enemy are
Okay, cool.
beaten.
Okay, in Baghdad.
Orders?
You got a lot of spears here, but you don't have any archers. I did say before that even shit archers will do, and I'll stand by that. Let's do that. Could use spies to open the gates, but you kind of need a lot of spies, and we don't have time for that.
My lord.
Okay.
Your orders, noble one. Let me strike, my lord.
So there's
Your
mercenaries
orders, noble
here.
one.
I wouldn't worry about it, because they would have to get to here in order to get them, and I don't want to blow his economy too much. Alright. Yeah, recruits from Aleppo. Yeah, let's do that. Because if they do come over here, we're going to need to make sure that we've got an army for it. If we're really lucky, these rebels will take out... I reckon that was one of his defected armies, because you can have a look at it. It looks like a western faction, not an eastern faction. I reckon one of his armies defected here. Okay, I think I've done everything I can. Now, as far as the rest of his empire goes, I'm not really paying too much attention to it. I'm sure nothing too bad will happen over a couple of turns.
My lord, they're engaging us.
Whatever, it's just whatever.
We must withdraw now.
Oh my god, he's losing battles.
The enemy fleet attacks us. The battle is lost, my lord. Disengage.
Let's have a look at the... what happened here. Okay, well, they didn't make any serious attacks. They didn't try to cross here. They are maybe considering attacking through there. Maybe. It would be... oh, it'd be so good if we had some artillery. I know I say not to get artillery. There's no time, even to get a ballista maker. There's no freaking time. I'm not going to get any mercenary artillery out this way.
Your orders, number one. Your orders, number one.
We need to start... hang on, how far can they get to? Alright, we should probably put the forts here.
Your orders, number one. Your
Just
orders,
detach
number
a general.
one. Of course, my lord. We shall not surrender this position, my lord. Your orders, number
Start
one.
making forts.
Yes, my lord. Securing this position with honor. Your orders, number one. We shall
Now
not
they
surrender
can't
this
reach here
position,
this
my
turn,
lord.
so we don't have to worry about them arriving.
Was it your brother?
Your orders, number one.
Do we have any infantry I can send over?
Yes. Orders. Yes,
Your orders, number
Alright,
one.
send...
Your Majesty.
yeah, I just have to send some of this.
Onward.
Your orders, number one.
My lord.
Your orders, number one.
Alright, and then send the rest of the cav over here.
March.
While this guy here holds onto the infantry.
Orders. Your Majesty.
We didn't have anywhere near as much money as it said it would give us. I reckon what he did is he queued up some construction. Because if we have a look here, construction says... not as much as... no, because I spent... no, I don't know. I can't explain it. Right, keep that shit coming.
Yes. Orders.
Well, we've got a general in here now.
Silence! The time for talk
Alright.
has truly
So,
passed.
if we were to attack this general here, he would be reinforced by 2 others. All of our forces there would probably not be enough to handle it, considering we're a little bit weakened. So we need to separate them a bit more. See, if he besieged this fort over the turn, and we sallied out and lost, he would then be completely isolated. Again, I don't have artillery to make this plan work, so it's not going to work. Maybe we should make the ballista maker. Even ballistas, it's just the ability to launch the bloody attack. It would take a few turns to get here. What about... yeah, get that one going. I feel like he's actually followed my instructions, where I'm always like, don't build ballista makers, but for dealing with the Mongols, you need artillery. But it's too late. Just gonna have to deal with that. I don't think he's got any artillery nearby. If it's too far away, then it's obviously not gonna arrive in time anyway. Yeah, there's no way to get some quick artillery over here. Alright, what we could do then is set up another trap. We put a single unit...
Yes.
hang on. Yeah, we put a single unit there. No, not one of the melee cav. Single unit there.
Orders.
Yep.
My
Okay.
lord.
The purpose of this is for this guy to attack this one.
I will take
We withdraw.
your land
It's
and
just steps
women,
2 steps back, and then
regardless.
he's stuck here, right? I'm trying to basically bring one army back over to this side of the river and then crush it by giving them bait. While we set up our defenses up this way.
Your orders, noble one.
You just stay there.
Yes.
As for this, I think we need to send one of these armies
thy
over
enemy,
here
Lord.
to assist. Actually, while I'm doing that, why don't we send a couple of the armies to go and sort this out while we're finagling them up this way? Yeah, that actually could work quite well.
You
Right, how about you
are-
stand
me
on this
strike,
river
my
crossing
lord.
here? They can't attack.
Yes. Marching.
No, they could attack, and if they do, just
The
back off.
time for talk has truly passed.
Wait, if they attack, we'll get a river crossing situation sorted. I need to put more units in there. We need 13.
Your Majesty. Yes.
Chuck them in.
Onward.
Oh, I've also got that there. Okay, it's fine.
Melting
It's fine.
armies.
Okay, I also
Name
need
thy
another
enemy,
general
Lord. Your
to
will.
stand back here.
Onward.
Ooh, Khoresmi and Cav. Let me take that.
Strike, my lord.
Otherwise, they might get it. And we've also got these guys here.
Orders. Move out.
Keep recruiting more of this.
Mining forces, my lord.
Alright, how much you got in
Yes.
that? You need another 15 units.
Your Majesty. Yes, my lord. Verging armies.
Yeah, they'll be even more enticed to make the attack if I pull these guys out and bring them over here. Okay,
Orders?
so let's bring 10 over here.
Yes.
Can we merge that? Yep.
Your Majesty.
Bring them over here.
March.
Okay, cool. Very
Bringing
unlikely
our
now
troops
that these
together.
guys here are going to make that river crossing attempt. And then this army
I face?
here
Yes.
does the same thing on the other river crossing. So basically we're getting ourselves in a position to strike at these guys. And I'll just send some of the infantry over here to keep these forts
Yes.
open.
Orders.
Problem is this guy's not particularly loyal, so let's actually do a bit of a switcheroo.
Your will. Leaving the... Yes. Orders. Merging
And this guy
armies.
here,
Your will.
that's the wrong one.
Command me.
This guy here is more loyal. He shouldn't defect. Shouldn't happen. It is possible, but very low chances.
March.
Okay. Now, as for these, just move 3 of them
Yes.
back to
Your
there.
Majesty.
Okay. So we just lure them in this way. We've weakened ourselves here to allow them to come this way, because I'd much rather them come in through here than to come over this way. This is a last resort, really. But we're going to go and... These guys have got nowhere to run.
Silence.
We're just going to cut them off.
The
And that's where the
time
Khan
for
is as
talk
well.
has
So cut him
truly
off,
passed.
and then we'll come back over here. Again, this is why we want to use forts, to really keep them locked in. Also, this is only the first wave, I think, of Mongols. They bring in more. So, yeah, you're going to need to bring in more armies. Okay, we got more troops over here. I didn't see.
Your Majesty.
Start bringing them in.
March.
Yeah, you've really been bloating your military up in this area. Yeah, I need to
Yes.
bring them in. Make sure we hop from city to city, or else they will... Oh, there's another general.
Your orders, noble
You're
one.
pretty damn good.
Your orders, noble one.
Sibni Rawadi, infidel.
Got an idea. Oh, you
Yes.
shouldn't build watchtowers on roads, because the rebels like to sit on the watchtowers, and that stifles your trade and also your movements. If you build watchtowers, do them out in the open. That way they go sit there and they don't bother you so much. I think you'll be fine there. Okay, let's recruit some more here. And, yep, doing that there. Alright, what else we got here?
Your orders, noble
Seems
one.
like trying to get these forces together. Yep, we'll bring them in. Just in case any armies do make it over here. Let's
Yes.
you ready for them?
Make camp, men. We rest here.
Orders. March!
Don't bring any of them up.
Your Majesty.
Don't go to Jerusalem. You'll have to stay there then. The chances of defecting is relatively low. That's good. If they end up defecting, it'll just save you some money anyway. Alright, and with the last little bit of money, I'll just build some things to improve your economy a bit. So that seems pretty important. Constantinople. Is that your capital still? Yeah, okay. Which means it wouldn't be corrupt at all. So building this isn't going to provide a whole lot of money. Let's move on to other ones. Because yeah, the more money you've got, the more armies you can afford. Okay, cool. So we should end up with about 20,000 next turn. Just having a look at how things are going out this way. Everything seems... What's this?
Who do I face?
Like I said, I don't really want to focus on it. I could probably just auto resolve that. What's this? Massive expenditure.
Yes, my lord.
There's that fleet.
Yes.
Just get rid of it. Save money. Oh god, he's really spamming the horse archers.
Your orders,
Right,
number one.
this army here, how loyal are you? Yep, you're pretty loyal. You should head over to Novgorod, just in case the Russians show up.
Number one.
Yes!
You know, while I'm playing the Mongol stuff, I don't want the rest of his empire to collapse. Might be a good idea to put some units in Kiev. You never know when the Russians are going to show up. Oh, shit!
Name thy enemy, lord. My lord.
And yeah, that's whatever.
Any of them. We shall...
I imagine with this army here, you'd want to try to capture Oslo.
Yes.
So I'll go back up that way.
Continuing tomorrow.
And
Command me.
this here, you should just put a free upkeep unit, essentially. Low taxes, and then just bring the rest of your forces over here to
Yes, my lord.
deal with Russia. You know, conquer them utterly, and that way you don't even need any troops up this way. You know, you've just finished the job. Everything out here, I'm just not going to focus on it because otherwise we're going to be here all day. There's other issues that he needs to sort. If you wanted them sorted, he should have done them himself. Okay, let's move on to the next turn. Yeah, I didn't even know this shit was going on. Whatever.
Our fleet is victorious.
Oh, come on. Oh, but this looks easy. Alright, do it for you. It's super easy.
No matter how they beg, let none escape. Attack!
The lazy option would be just to withdraw and wait for him to do it on his own turn. Sorry, in his own time. But it's a really easy fight. There's no way we're going to lose.
Units, await my order.
Man, he loves his horse archers. And I really don't blame him. Horse archers are amazing.
Soldiers, stand and fight.
The enemy
We
are
need to
bringing in
immediately defeat the
reinforcements.
first army. You just fall back a little bit.
On march.
Yeah, there is nothing to worry about here. But we might end up using up a bit too much ammo if we're not careful. Main focus here is try to kill the enemy general. Good, we got him pincered. Armored sergeants can't catch us. Just keep him out of it for now. Now the great thing here is that you win the battle here, and you immediately get the city. It doesn't matter about wiping out their reinforcements. The garrison. Doesn't matter in the slightest. They die as soon as we win. In their entirety. Okay, we're possibly going to get caught on the edge of the map there. That's not ideal. Now, we're not inflicting many casualties. In fact, we've inflicted no casualties so far. But because these units have 2 hit points, we're likely dishing out hit point damage. Okay, no, some of them are starting to die now. Just ignore them. As long as they don't go into melee with us. Main focus, get rid of the general. Because once we get rid of the general, we can actually charge into them and probably beat them in melee. Because they'll rout. Especially if they're constantly running after us. Now there's... you can see here. They're coming from there. There's cavalry in that army, which is why we don't want to use up all of our ammo dealing with this guy. Good. He's lost most of his men now. Yeah, every time he changes direction like that, it makes it a little bit harder to shoot him. The more he does that, the worse it is for us. I don't know how the AI does this, because it doesn't happen with my friggin' units, but when they charge at horse archers, they like go into loose formation and spread out a ton. It's really bloody effective.
Favor. If we remain
I can't get
true
my
and
bloody units to do
wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Alright, cease firing. We could just go into melee and beat him now. Just be a waste of ammo. And plus, if he breaks, we want to make sure that he's got nowhere to go and just instantly gets captured.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a war. The enemy king flees. God has...
Also, we might be able to ransom him, and it might be worth it. Because he'll be worth 10 grand. And where's he gonna go? This is one of those rare situations where a ransom might actually be worth it. That being said, they probably can't afford it. It's very rare that they've actually got enough money, or even willingness to ransom their own king. But yeah, the base price is 10 grand. These guys here should be relatively tired. We don't just want to charge in there. What we want to do is bring all of our units in nice and close, because our local superiority will make them shit their pants. You can see here, his presence only brings them down to steady, but with the rest of these guys here, and then we're not shooting. Yeah, charge in there. Gotta save our ammunition for the next load. Yeah, see, break them.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. Only praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
Okay, no time to rest. You gotta deal with the second army now. Yeah, utterly obliterated the first one. Alright, not seeing a whole lot of archers here. In fact, not seeing any. So I'm not worried at all. We've got the high ground here as well. So shoot at them until their mailed knights come charging at us, because they're quite quick. And especially considering our guys are tired. Well, actually, not all of them are tired, some of them are. There's actually a decent chance that they can catch us. But we've just got so many horse archers that it's not going to work for them. Don't shoot at the armored sergeants, go for the mailed knights. I'm actually more concerned about mailed knights than the general's bodyguard. Oh, they got a blister as well. Yeah, because the mailed knights have a chance of catching us, whereas the general's bodyguard, a very little chance of catching us. It's a much slower unit. Also, mailed knights don't have a whole lot of armor, so they're a lot easier to shoot. Okay, that's it. Bring the cavalry bring
The
their
battle is
cavalry.
in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Ahead of their spears. Because the spears just kind of waste their ammo. Why did that guy just not listen to my order? Yeah, Mountain Knights are quick, but they also go down pretty quickly as well. They just don't have enough armor. Honestly, Western armies are pretty easy to take out with horse archer spams, but I think most of you guys know that by now. The thing is, sometimes they actually bring the right units to beat a horse archer army, but then they don't know what to do about it. That is to bring spears and long-range archers. Because the archer units have more entities in it than the horses, and they've got the same number of hit points. But what they'll end up doing is they'll put their archers on skirmish mode, so you can just feign charges in there to prevent their archers from shooting at all. So even if they bring the right army composition, you can just beat them back in their stupid.
Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Come on, that's not going to stay, surely. Okay. And since these guys have been running for so long, they're going to be really tired. So this battle here is practically over. Charge into that flank if we can. Good. They didn't even bother going into skill tree. We actually don't need to run this army down because, like I said, it's already under siege. Oh, hang on. The artillery.
The enemy are badly blooded.
Behind.
They have lost half their men.
There it is.
Praise the Almighty. The enemy are overcome.
Good. Hopefully that's enough of a distraction. Yeah. I think it would be worth it to ransom him. Oh, I nearly by instinct went over to execute. It's just my muscle memory.
Reason us for
Ah well.
Victory! We have crushed them! This place is yours, my lord!
Well, the old send a diplomat before we make an attack. More bloody
The
distraction.
enemy lays siege, my lord, but God is with us!
My lord, the enemy lays siege.
Okay.
What shall we do?
So, if I had artillery, I would sally out. I'd actually move him back a step first. I'd sally out and I'd deliberately lose. But since we don't have the artillery, this is fine. Just
Your
wondering if
orders,
we
number
should.
one.
No, we shouldn't sally out. Just thinking how best to go about this. But I think we can get them this turn.
Outlanders!
Your orders, number one.
Which army did they use to besiege with? The bigger one. Okay. Another thing that you can do. Oh, cool. We wiped them out. So yeah, even if they had been ransomed, they would have died off anyway. So what happened over here? They didn't take the bait.
Yes.
They didn't take the bait, but they are heading up this way. That's fine. I think what's happening here is that they try to get together. They want to get near their Khan. So once we kill him, these will start being a bit more aggressive. Of course, we could decide not to kill him, so they continue to just walk. But I think we should just kill him. We've got the opportunity this turn.
Let me
It's just a
strike,
matter of
my
how
lord.
many armies do we need to send in here to get the job done.
Your orders, number one. Your
Now,
orders, number
this
one.
guy here, if we want him to participate, he has to stand here. Just get him there. Come on. It's like 1 pixel. There it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Command me.
Now, the problem here is, do we want these commanded by
Orders?
generals? Because otherwise they are going to defect. It might be best to
Right,
actually
my
leave them
lord.
behind.
Yes. Your orders,
Right,
noble.
you can come in there.
Yes. Splitting the troops.
But if I put this guy here, he's not going to be able to reinforce. Well, unless he goes over. No, there's too much movement used up. We'll need to get them back over here.
Command me.
So if we use 3 armies, that should be sufficient, right?
Your orders,
This is the
noble
melee
one.
cav army. Okay.
Who do
So,
I face?
so in
Name
order
thy
to
enemy, lord.
not lose this guy, I'm going to put him back in the city.
Moving away.
Same thing with
orders.
him.
Your will. Leaving the
Orders.
You're going to stand there,
Onward.
and you're going to stand
Yes.
there,
Move out.
Your orders, noble one.
and I'm going to send. Hang on. Let's just see
Orders.
what the balance of power is like at the moment.
As my lord wills.
All right, that's pretty
We
good.
march to battle.
Okay. Hang on. All right, that should be fine.
Your orders, noble one. We will
Make sure they're on
engage them
AI control. It's really
honorably, my
important.
lord.
Because yeah, we're essentially only really dealing with 1 full stack here. Maybe a little bit more than that. All right, cool.
We shall claim victory in God's name, men. To battle.
The death of this army here will be half of their army vanquished.
Units, await my orders. Generals,
Once again, we need to wait for our reinforcements to show up before we go charging in there. Okay, well this army here is going to come in a lot quicker than this one, but we're in a position that we can adequately pincer them. We've got 1 unit of garbage coming in here. Well, it's actually not garbage, but got 1 unit coming in. Right, what we'll do here to begin with, we'll just send all of our horse archers over to their flank. Oh, wait, that flank. Not so good, that's where they're bringing in reinforcements. Go up the hill, go to that other flank. So that we've got like all of our horse archers skirmishing with 1 or 2 of theirs. Just while our reinforcements are coming in. And that way we can draw their forces away from the second reinforcements, which is coming in from an awkward angle. That's it, climb the hill. That'll also give us a range advantage if we can get up here. See, if I was in the Mongols' position, I would have taken this hill. Hills are really good in Shogun 2 and in Medieval 2 and Rome 1. To be honest, hills are good in every Total War game, but they're especially good in these ones. Yeah, they'll go into this formation here, which will make us less accurate, but given just the sheer number of units that we've got coming at them, it's okay. You guys just stay back. We don't want to bring them in just yet. Yeah, we should be fine to even charge into them, just by sheer numbers. Well, yeah, there we go. Good.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Good, so we use our entire horse archer brigade to just deal with a couple of units at a time. That's how we can get the advantage over their foot archers. Here comes our guys. The Mongol light lancers are quite quick, so they caught us there. Bringing these guys up the hill as well.
The battle
their
is in
morale's not
our
actually all that
favor.
good. We might get
If
a
we
beat them in
remain
melee.
true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Good. So we're going to have these guys charge down the hill into them. You can see our idiot allies already using the horse archers to get into melee. Skirmishing at the flank over there. Good. 3 to 16%. That's a good sign. Because obviously we don't want our entire army getting destroyed fighting this battle, because there's still more to do. Yeah, they're coming pretty heavy at us. We don't want any of our generals getting killed. Okay, they're bringing their heavy lancers up the hill. We should be able to charge down up the hill at them and do just fine, because we've got the hill advantage now. And there's not that many of them. But still, it would be better just to shoot them. From what I'm seeing, what's going on over here, it's not going terribly. Okay, these guys kind of caught us. Oh, their morale's actually not all that good. Okay, we're good.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Good, these guys getting slaughtered. Good, this is going really well.
Only half the enemy force
Good,
remains.
that's their heavy cavalry sorted. And now we charge into the back of them and mop up. So just be aggressive. Yeah, look at that. Our guys are using the friggin' horse archers in melee against General's bodyguard. So stupid, but...
The enemy are
are you gonna
badly
do?
blooded. They have lost half their men. Praise the Almighty! The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
So I think that was the reinforcing army that got routed, I think. We have a look at what's going on with you.
The enemy king flees. God has smiled upon us. Attack while his forces are in disarray.
Just be careful this guy here doesn't die. Just swarming right over them now. 88%. There's barely anything left. Still haven't captured him. Alright, now we got him. Alright, looks like it's just a handful of horse archers that just weren't part of the mass rout. Not that it was much of a mass rout. Capturing 250 of them I think is okay.
The enemy flees the
95%.
battle. Run down those worthless peasants.
Let's just try to get a little bit more. Just don't know if we wiped out both armies.
This is a clear victory.
Yeah, look, see,
that
186,
goes
that
to
one will
only
still
men
survive.
Of great virtue and valor.
Good thing we've got reserves that might still have enough movement to catch him wherever he goes. What do you think, Ransom? No. Always execute the Mongols. Not worth having to fight that army again. So where is he going to go? Because he doesn't have any territory.
A most honorable...
Yes.
Okay.
Silence!
Jeez, that was all
The
that was
time
left.
for talk has truly passed.
Your orders, noble one.
You are to die. My master has ordered it.
Orders.
I wonder if we had
Orders,
killed
no.
both the Khan and the
outlanders
heir at the same
are full
time.
to
Would that have
see.
just eliminated the
The
faction?
enemies
I can't
come
remember if
from
that's how it works.
Your orders, number
Alright,
one.
well, if we send a few forces over here, we can
Silence.
easily beat it,
The
but
time for
they're not
talk
going to be able
has
to
truly
come back.
passed.
So,
Orders.
Your orders, number one.
send the loyal
Your
dude, this
orders,
guy here,
number one.
along with
You are to die. My master
along with the
has
melee
ordered
cav.
it.
These ones here should do it,
Your Majesty.
and we'll have to fight it manually because if we auto resolve it, he'll get away,
We march to battle.
and we just
Be ready
charge
to
straight
give
after we
all
kill him.
for God and kingdom men. To
So that's half of their forces completely gone, but we're at an hour, so I feel like this situation is a lot better since they've made absolutely no progress whatsoever towards the city. And we've fortified it a hell of a lot more than it was before. His finances are in a better situation. You know, well, that's largely because he's lost a lot of troops. But we've also recruited a bunch of troops for him as well. Yeah, just right down the mountain here. They don't have any spears, so it's not going to do anything to us. Plus, we got the high ground. Don't worry about using wedge formation, not important.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
They're shooting at us despite being in melee, bastards. Don't want you risking your life against him at all. Because even 5 men or 6 men can be quite deadly. Let's wrap around over here. Okay, cool, that's pretty much all their infantry. Sorting out that. Shortest reign Khan. This dude. Yeah, make sure he doesn't get away.
The enemy flees the battle! Run down
Go.
those worthless peasants! All of Christendom will be...
No!
make camp, men. We rest here. Your orders, number one.
Okay, now, we need to bring our guys back over here, just a little bit further back. Put this guy here to sort of try to draw them in. Because they'll be stuck once they're in there anyway. And then while this is going on over here, keep building
Your
the
orders,
fort
number one.
here,
Your orders, number one.
the wall
Of
essentially.
course, my lord. Your
Actually,
orders.
these guys can now
You will
only get
have
to here.
No rights.
Ah, that's fine.
Your
Just
orders,
keep
number
building the
one.
wall here.
Yes, my lord. Securing this position with honor. Your orders, number
And if we
one.
want, we can
We
multi-layer
shall
it.
not surrender this position, my lord.
Actually, if
Your
we do
orders,
that
number
there,
one.
this guy here will, he'll block us from building a fort. I just
Of
can't be
course, my
bothered to
lord.
beat him right now.
Yes, my
Because
lord.
like I said, we've already
Securing this position
had
with
like an
honor.
hour. People's
Your
attention
orders,
spans start to
your
drop off.
orders, number one.
Your Majesty. Onward.
Your orders, number
Right, I
one.
can't build the fort there because of
Yes.
the
March!
Your
watchtower.
orders, number one.
My lord.
Your orders, number one. Of course, my lord. We shall not. Your orders, number one.
Doesn't have to look pretty.
Onward.
Just has to be
Your orders,
functional.
Number one. Yes. Yes, my lord. Securing this position. Your orders, number one.
Orders. My lord.
Your orders, number one.
Okay,
March.
that wall there should take them several turns to go through. They could still go around, but from what it seems like, they're going to try to go through here. Alright, now,
Yes!
you just, that's safe. They can't besiege that over the end turn.
Yes.
Start bringing our guys back over this way.
Your Majesty. Yes!
Orders.
Orders. Yes!
How loyal is this guy? Okay, well, build another fort there.
We can march no further.
Just
today.
in case.
Preparing the
It's not
Orders.
super loyal.
Your will. Yes?
Leave this guy behind.
Your will. Command me.
He's not going to defect from inside of a city. Get them over there. And yeah, keep these coming. And over here as well.
Your Majesty.
Yes, move out.
Your Majesty.
Yes,
We'll
march.
just
Your
come back a
orders,
little bit.
number one. Yes.
Bring them in.
Majesty.
My
And
lord,
yeah, we're really bolstering the forces here.
bringing
Now
our
it's
troops together.
the balance of power against the Mongols in this general area has vastly shifted. Although we've taken quite a few casualties, I've been diligent in replacing those casualties with different units, obviously, not spamming the horse archers. We're also bringing in more reinforcements from a location from further away. So we've also got these guys here.
Yes,
Bring them in.
or march.
We'll see what happens over the next turn, but I really feel like this is quite sorted.
Move out.
You know, his finances are pretty good. Keep these coming. If you merge all these armies, just basically try not to fight all 4 of these armies at the same time. Wait for them to separate from each other. Or, all you gotta do is wait a couple more turns, and when the ballistas are here... I'd love to show that in action. I've shown it in other live streams before. This
Yes.
one, I don't know what he was doing with this.
On to the ships.
I have no idea.
Course now, my lord.
So, I don't know what you want to do with that. I'm assuming you want to march forward. But again, not sure.
Yes. Closing to engage, my lord. Victory!
And then you've got this over
shall
here, which
continue
normally
tomorrow.
I would sally out. Oh, it's full of info. Oh, that would be so easy. That would be so easy. Yeah, okay. Well, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to save it here. I'm going to send this save file to him. But what we're going to do here is just go over the end turn to see what's going to happen.
My lord, they're engaging us.
Because, yeah, he really should
Our
sally out
fleet is
against the English there.
victorious.
That would be very easy, but I'm out of time, basically. Now, here's a little cheat, because you actually aren't supposed to be able to use a diplomat against a besieged settlement. So what's this?
The enemy have laid
Yeah,
siege
okay,
upon
they're doing
us.
it. They're trying to cross the river. So now I do this,
There is nothing to salvage here.
and what should have happened...
Scatter. Flee. A good day's march.
Yeah, they've got one dude who's stuck on the river crossing there, and he's stuck on both sides because of the forts there. Now what we do next turn is we put this army here,
My lord.
he attacks it, gets stuck in the zone of control, and we bring him into a trap, and you just take them out one at a time. This is what I did in my peasant campaign against the Mongols. This is how I separated them. I built so many... Wait, I wasn't able to build forts, was I? I had so many single armies around everywhere, and I would just lure them into death traps by just basically a minefield of peasants everywhere. I mean, that was like 10 years ago now, I can barely remember. But this over here, I don't think you really need to worry too much about it. You've got forces here if they do want to send some stuff in, but my recommendation is use this army here, use this unit, to just lure them in. Once he's isolated away so these guys here can't reinforce, you bring in your cavalry, outnumber him 2 or 3 to 1, and just annihilate them, just a little bit at a time. Of course, you've still got more enemy reinforcements coming in. Well, more Mongols will eventually come in. At which point, you should have more forts built. I would highly recommend getting more forts built down this way, but you've also put lots of watchtowers there, which could prevent you from building forts. Just build around them. And get a little bit of artillery. If you can get catapults, they're better than ballistas, but ballistas will at least enable you to launch the attack. And highly recommend you go with a spam of spearmen and trebizond archers, not with horse archers. Horse archers are great, but they are more expensive a unit, and against the Mongols, you just get better results if you're going to use forts this way. Anyway, I really feel like this situation here is not a disaster situation anymore. He has got more than enough force to take out the remaining half, considering we really didn't lose that much, and you know he's got plenty of money there to work with. But like I said, I'll send him back the save file from last turn so that he can sally out here, but that's not an interesting battle, so I didn't want to waste your time with it. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.